Marinara sauce or spaghetti sauce is one common thing that a lot of people use quite a bit, but instead of using the store-bought ones, which usually contain things like the added sugar, the preservatives, coloring agent, MSG, or other products that may not be good for you, you can make your own delicious marinara sauce using real fresh vegetables. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome to Nature to Tea, or welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make amazing spaghetti or marinara sauce using tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, garlic, and herbs. So these are the key ingredients. You're going to need some whole tomatoes, an onion, bell pepper, garlic, seasoning, and herbs like rosemary and cilantro. Now, how much of each ingredient you use depends on how much spaghetti sauce you want to make. For this recipe, I am making about 3 cups or 24 ounces of spaghetti or pasta sauce. So with that in mind, for the estimate, I would say use 3 to 4 Roma tomatoes, half a bell pepper, 1 onion, and the color of your bell pepper depends on the flavor and also the color you're going for. So if you want the sweeter taste with more red in color, you might want to use red bell pepper. I prefer using either the green or yellow bell pepper. You will also need about half a clove of garlic. And for the herbs, cilantro and rosemary go really well with this marinara or spaghetti sauce. You can use the fresh ones, but sometimes I like to dry them and crush them into powder like this. And what you're gonna do is wash and cut up your veggies. You're gonna roast your veggies. It tastes way better roasted. So you're gonna chop up your tomatoes, onions, and bell pepper. You're gonna season your veggies with just the basic simple stuff like pink Himalayan salt, seasoned salt, or adobo, black pepper. And if you have herbal seasoning like the one I make, you can add that to it, and a little bit of avocado oil. Now, if you season your veggies well before roasting it, you don't have to add any more when you blend it or after blending it. The only other seasoning that I may add during the blending process is paprika, cayenne pepper, and sometimes nutritional yeast. Now it's time to roast this on broil low for about 15 minutes. Once your veggies are done roasting, you're gonna blend it with about half a cup of water. By the way, the veggies amount to about 2 cups of veggies, roasted veggies, and you're gonna add about half a cup of water. With this method of making marinara sauce, since I'm not using tomato paste like I'll be using in the next method, I like to use paprika to give it more of a red color. But you can also add tomato paste like I will show you in a little bit. And if you like spicy like me, I also do like to add a little bit of cayenne pepper, but that's optional. Once all the ingredients are in, you want to add about half a cup of water. Blend until it's smooth and your marinara or spaghetti sauce is ready. And you can use it however you want. You can use it to make pasta, spaghetti, obviously. You can even use it to make pizza. So whatever you use marinara or spaghetti sauce for, you can use it the same way. And this tastes so amazing, fresh, without the unnecessary junk. The other way that I like to make this marinara or spaghetti sauce is once again using roasted veggies, but adding in a little bit of tomato paste. The tomato paste gives it a little bit more thickness and also the color too. And here I am adding in some seasoning. Sometimes I do like to add some turmeric, cayenne pepper, and about 3 tablespoons of the tomato paste. If you're using tomato paste, try to buy the organic one and also one in a BPA-free can. Some paprika. For this recipe, I decided to use bone broth instead of water, but you can use either or half and half. But just use 1 cup of your liquid. Also added some fresh rosemary, blended it, and this sauce was delicious. I decided to make a low carb pasta like meal, so I use cabbage instead of regular pasta. And this recipe is also available on my playlist, so I'll try to insert it in the description box in case you're interested in that. And in case you don't have time to cut up your veggies, roast it, and all of that, or you just want a quick way of making your own marinara or pasta sauce, you can make a quick pasta sauce recipe using diced canned tomatoes, canned tomato paste, and for the onions, garlic, and all that, you can use all powdered as long as they are quality. But the fresher the veggies are, the better the taste. For me though, I like the fresh roasted taste, so I'm using my roasted veggies. Throw in your rosemary, season it to your liking, and blend it well. Forgot to mention, but if you do use tomato paste, use about 3 to 4 tablespoons and dilute it with about a cup of water before blending. As you can see for this recipe, I was also doing a low carb pasta replacement, so I used eggplants instead of regular pasta. So these are some of the amazing ways you can make delicious pasta or spaghetti sauce without the unnecessary ingredients. You know exactly what's in there. You can control how much amount of whatever ingredients you want to use, and it tastes fantastic. And I have one bonus recipe for you guys. Now, this is just using plain tomatoes. And by the way, with all these recipes, you can use any ripe red tomatoes. It can be the beefsteak ones or even cherry tomatoes. The choice is really yours. But here's a simple tomato recipe that goes really well with toast. You can even use it to make pizza. Season your tomatoes after washing them. Of course, cut them into slices like this. Season them well, roast it. You can also use this and blend it to make marinara sauce. You can just use onion powder and other seasonings, but once you roast these tomatoes, you can add a little bit of water, add your spices and seasoning, blend it, and use it as a spaghetti sauce or marinara sauce. But one thing that I really enjoy with these roasted tomatoes is that you can use it to top off any kind of bread, whether it's for sandwiches, open toast, or even flatbread or naan bread, and just add veggies like mushrooms, bell peppers, even meat if you like, and add some nutritional yeast or even cheese if you do eat dairy, and it tastes really amazing. One of the best ways to make toast is adding roasted tomatoes to it. And since I have discovered that recipe, I'm a regular on that. And once you roast your tomatoes, you can spread it on hopefully healthier options with bread like sourdough spelt bread, like the bread I'm using here. And you can add avocado to it. You can add proteins like eggs or whatever else you like. But roasting your tomatoes like this is very versatile as far as the many ways you can use it. Anyway, this wraps it up for this spaghetti sauce or marinara sauce video. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything from it, please don't forget to give it a like. Also, if you're leveling up and want to learn awesome recipes that are beneficial for your looks as well as for your health, don't forget to subscribe and hit the post notification so you do get notified when I post a video. I hope you have an amazing day, evening, night, wherever you are, and I hope to catch you on my next video.